All right, let's do this. We will do fun things and have fun.
This is about to be a blast.
Okay, great.
I'm about to have a blast. I feel good.
Okay.
I'm happy to be talking to you.
Me too.
You're the guy I want to be talking to.
This is going to be such an
not cock kisser, fucking Sasquatch.
An equal sharing of the ball.
And then Dana will come in. He said that he'll be up after 1.
Okay, well, depending on how we're going, I might just give him the old police officer pulling the bike guy over.
Yeah, totally. You know what I realized about that bike story? That the cops have to give out more tickets because there's no cars to give the tickets to.
That's exactly right.
That's what I didn't realize.
That's exactly right.
Son of a boy, Dad.
Speaking of, is my ticket up here somewhere? I think I left it up here. Okay, well, anyway, let's get into it.
Son of a boy, Dad. Welcome to Son of a Boy, Dad. It's me and Francis today because Sass is super duper sick.
Should we do the clap that he does?
Okay.
You do it.
No. I'm not equipped. Wow, that was nice. I'm going to call Sass just so we can, 1, prove that he's sick.
Yeah.
And 2, just to get a wellness check, get his voice on the episode, satisfy his contract to Dave.
It's good thinking. Cover his bases.
Hello.
Yo, brother. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're live to tape on Son of a Boy, Dad.
Got it.
How do you feel?
Not good.
Did you hear the pause in between him answering? It was when he lowered his voice register to try to make it sound more sickly.
When he like kind of got everybody in his apartment and shushed them.
Yes, exactly.
He's like, get behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Pretend that you're not here because you're really having probably some kind of freak off.
Yeah, he stepped behind the employees only door at Dave & Buster's.
Yeah. But you can hear him slurping on some Dave & Buster's party cut pizza. A thin ass slice, an inch wide slice of pizza. Sass.
You guys got nothing else to talk about?
We're just calling because we just wanted to we wanted to give you your chance to be on the show because the text you sent this morning was just fucking preposterous, saying that you were gonna call Dave and tell him that you weren't gonna be on today.
I don't think that's that crazy. I've done that every time.
You shouldn't be doing that.
I mean, I don't miss a lot of episodes.
But what does Dave?
Once a year.
What does Dave say when you call him?
He just says, "Okay."
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
I don't call him. I text him.
I just don't think you have to call him. I think that 1, you're on this episode, and 2, me and Francis, we have your fucking back, dude. We'll protect you.
I don't need protection. Unless it's from a virus of sorts.
What's your symptoms right now?
The most intense body aches anyone has ever had.
Hey Sass, let me ask you something. So I got home quite late last night after taking 2 flights from Myrtle Beach in order to make the episode. And my question would be, I texted everyone at about 12:30 and you responded, if you're super sick, don't you think it would behoove you to go to bed early?
I've been sleeping the entire day.
Oh, so you're just off schedule?
Yeah. I mean, I was probably awake from I probably went to bed right after that.
Have you played any video games while you've been sick?
I played video games yesterday for a little bit. I didn't play the day before. It's like we're barely even playing. It's not fun. It's just like I play for because what happens is I'll take a bunch of Tylenol and Advil, and then I'll be like, I'm not even sick anymore. And then I'll play 1 game of Call of Duty, and then I'll be like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
War as hell. I feel you, bro. But thank you for just even checking in. And me and Francis, we're gonna hold it down. We're gonna have some nice conversations in your stead. Anything you want us to talk about? The Retard Choice Awards or anything?
No, just don't talk about wine or plays.
Right.
Don't talk about what?
Wine or plays. I did actually see Oh Mary this week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. We won't talk about it, Sass. We won't talk about it.
All right.
All right.
Bye, Sass. Feel better.
Feel better, brother.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, he doesn't sound great. He sounds like he's using one of those drug dealer 60-minute voice modulators.
Or
actually feel really sick right now. I could barely play video games for 6 hours today.
The fact that he's playing video games does hurt his case a little bit.
And that he realizes there's a direct correlation between him starting to play video games and immediately feeling worse.
Yeah. He doesn't have to play video games.
No.
But he's addicted, I think.
Yeah, he's got a problem.
He also should be going to bed at like fucking 9 o'clock. Doesn't matter how early you woke up.
Right.
Just go to bed, sleep it off.
Yeah.
He just can't fucking beat it. Whatever. You're here, brother, and I'm happy to see you. Where are you coming back from, the road?
I was in Myrtle Beach for foreplay. We did the Barstool Classic, and then we had to do a qualifier for the Creator Classic, which is next Wednesday, where a bunch of, sort of YouTube golf people get invited to play TPC Sawgrass, which is in Jacksonville. It's famous for its island green that you've probably seen. I think it's the 17th hole. They call it the fifth major. It's the biggest, probably the biggest tournament in terms of attention, money. I think it's the biggest money tournament outside of the majors. And the boys are going down. And the point is that this Creator Classic thing, clearly the PGA has realized the value of YouTube golf personalities. People like the good guys, Rick Shields,
Paige.
Yep.
Obviously, they need to respect Paige's golf acumen.
Paige Spiranak. And then there's a few others that have become the Bryan brothers, who are actually really, really good. And so Barstool was offered one slot to send one of our guys down. And it's next Wednesday. And that person gets to play in this Creator Classic, which is to play the course the day before the tournament starts.
Who's going?
I won't say yet because I don't think that has come out.
But someone from the Foreplay family is going?
One of us is going.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what the fuck? I mean, there's some absolute sticks in the Foreplay world.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't think it's spoiling too much to say it's not me.
Oh, damn it. What the fuck? That sucks.
It's not.
I was positive it was you from how coy you were being.
No, I tried to be coy to throw everyone off the scent, but it is not me. My game is not really. I haven't played since the end of October. I have not really. The only other playing I did was our fitting that we did in January out in California, and I took
Maybe
a
you
lesson.
haven't been hungover enough. Saz said that it's known that golfers play their best when they're hungover.
Is that why he's been so bad since he's been sober?
I guess so.
Huh.
I guess so. It's a performance decreasing lack of drugs that he has coursing through his veins right now.
Is it hangovers or is it
He said
two drinks in? That's where I tend to play the best. It's 2 drinks.
He said that when you're hungover or sick, you just feel so fucking shitty, and that's all you can think about, that you don't even concentrate on your golf game. You don't overthink anything. You just hit them straight.
Well, it's hangovers. I get anxious, and anxiety is the thing that makes my golf become quite erratic. So I need whatever I can to quiet the mind. Dude, we were hosting the Classic, and these 2 guys, this team came up to the tee box, and I was with Dana riding around in a cart, and
on 2 wheels.
Yes, exactly. Every turn gouged a giant fucking rut,
a huge divot
into the
ground,
cart path.
just a moat around whatever cart path you were on. Because he's fat.
Yeah.
We will give him a chance to defend these claims about himself.
And these guys' wedding coming up too, and he's just going in the wrong direction.
And he's just doing all the wrong things. He's like creating video series where he has to put calories in his body to like woo Stone Cold Steve Austin or whatever.
Yeah, right.
To like woo country singers. Like, why? You're getting married. You have like a great life ahead of you. You're moving to Chicago. Actually, that's probably why he's trying to beef up.
Is he moving to Chicago?
I assume. I know they've been putting the press on him.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's sad. I'd be sad to lose him.
Yeah, what the fuck? Maybe we can fly him out every single week.
Man. Well, I guess that'll be the end of that series I do with him. Just another fucking... Well, we've done like 30 episodes, so I can't call this one a total stop start-stop
I
failure.
mean, why don't you just have him come out and record a bunch of episodes? There's shows where people fly out. Casey Smith flies out to do the college football show. Tommy Smokes flies out to do the pro football show. Like, Dana could fly back here and do this show with you.
I suppose so.
Just
I
like
will
Nick
say,
and KB are going to fly back and do game night every month.
right. That's exactly right. It's hard enough to get us to do it when we both live in the same place and work out of the same office.
Right.
The idea
They'll
of
be
him
back, though.
buying 2 airplane seats to come here is
The seatbelt
very
extender
unlikely.
alone.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, okay. Beef. Barstool beef.
What do you mean, speaking of?
Golf.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful guy. Gentleman.
Gentlemen.
The class of a southern sort of plantation owner, I
Which
wanna
we
say.
don't have. Like, our southern guys that we have working at Barstool are like, they're field workers.
Yeah, they're the brothers in that first scene from Django.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
toothless, ill-kept
Yes.
brothers
That's Mince and Brandon Walker.
that he shoots riding across the field.
Yes, exactly.
Well, anyway,
This guy's a true gentleman.
he is, but he's not from the South. I don't think. But anyway, class act through and through. We get on the plane. Look, it's no secret that beef is large. I don't think it's cruel to say that. He acknowledges it. I think that is
He goes by Beef.
right. He's a big boy, and I'm not mocking him for that. For some reason, he's just one of those guys you don't want to make jokes about his weight.
Well, some guys are so damn nice.
He's too nice. He's too sweet about it. So I'm not mocking him for that. However, we got on this small plane. We had to come. Oh, we're already talking plane talk. I'm sorry.
Small plane talk.
Quick little dip a toe. We're gonna dip a toe in some air travel. We had to change our flights to come a day earlier since there's bad weather happening today, and I worried I wouldn't be able to get home if we kept our original flights in time to record, which would have left you high and dry, especially without Sass.
That's
so
fine.
we got out. We raced to the airport. It was pretty funny. You know, we were scared of the time, getting our bags into check-in in time.
2 wheels.
Get to the airport. Beef was not in our car. It was me, Frankie, and Trent driving to the airport. And we get on our first flight. We had to do 2 flights home from Myrtle, which is, not far. But we had to fly to Charlotte, which was 35 minutes, and then we had to fly to New York. On the flight to Charlotte, which is one of those very small planes, I think Sass called it a double XYZ, 400 or whatever.
Of course.
And he was wrong. He was wrong about the model of the plane.
But he shamed you for not being able to know it.
Yeah.
When that's literally his autistic fixation. It's not your autistic fixation.
If you're gonna be autistic, you better get it right.
Yeah, do it right.
Nothing-
It's so unimpressive to be like the autistic guy who can draw a whole city after seeing it once and the city looks like shit.
Yeah. Dude, nothing less impressive than a guy who claims autism and then fumbles his math.
Right, like saying the whole Mets lineup from 1958 and then getting it wrong.
Yeah, mixing a few NBA players in there.
Yeah, you have to be able to do it all right.
It's that, to me, that is claiming false autism.
It's false flagging.
It's false flagging.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Real autistic people should be able to run down on you and be like gang members. Like, what up, Crit? What's your set?
I agree with that. And say things like, you don't know how hard we worked for the prestige we have with our high-powered brains.
Yes, exactly.
So for you to come in here and claim us and then get your easy math wrong, easy jets, like jets are, that's elementary school autism.
Yeah, it's
knowing
trains.
planes.
It's one step above
It's one
trains.
step. You go from trains to planes
to
automobiles.
automobiles.
I don't know what would come after that. What's the green belt of autism? It's probably
Politics, probably.
yeah, state capitals, maybe.
Yeah, like GeoGuessr.
Yeah, right.
People who are just dropping a pin.
Then algebra 2.
Yeah, but weirdly, I don't know. Like, does autism just line up with being good at math?
That's the thing they seem to be the best at. Did you ever read that book, The Curious Case of the Dog in the Nighttime?
Oh God, no.
Maybe it's Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime?
No, what's it about?
Did you guys read that book? It's pretty good. It was a novel that was written about a young boy who has autism and witnesses the death of a dog, or he finds the dog has been killed, and it's his neighbor's dog, and he loves the dog, I think, and he tries to solve who has killed the dog. But it's written in the voice of a boy with autism, so it's very authentic to that tone. Not that I would know. I've never
Even thought a little autistic.
I've never been inside the mind. I would be out of my element inside the mind of a person with autism. But
You know who's definitely autistic? Encyclopedia Brown.
yes,
He was definitely an autist.
do you remember what he did when he wanted to memorize something?
What would he do?
He would go click, and he would say it out loud.
Oh, he was like photographing
That
in
because
his
he had a
brain?
photographic memory, and he would sort of, I guess, catalyze that by saying the word click out loud, which drove me nuts.
Yeah, that is
Because I
infuriating.
thought if you truly have a photographic memory, you don't need to say anything. You
Yeah,
don't need to say anything out
click
loud.
is a little bit fucking rich.
Do you remember any of the Encyclopedia Brown stories?
Of course. There was one mystery where like someone claimed to have been like out of the house for 45 minutes and they were in the shower or something like that. They'd been in the shower and then they wanted to act so bored that they started filing their nails. But then Encyclopedia Brown's like, wait, if you were in the shower,
Yep.
or someone was supposed to have been out on the town and they had their kid and they set the kid down on the roof of the car on the hood of the car, and Encyclopedia Brown's like, wait, if you had been driving the car, you couldn't put the car would be hot.
Looking back, those mysteries weren't that tough to solve.
No.
If I read that book now, I think I would crack it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
The one I remember distinctly was that there was a contest at a state fair between Encyclopedia Brown's tomboy friend, I believe, and this other kid whose name was Jaws. No, Jaws was his friend, and then there was this other kid. And it was that they had to eat and drink foul-smelling things or foul-tasting things, and whoever could eat and drink it with the littlest expression, I guess, would win the contest at the state fair. And they noted that one of the kids had this technique. It was quite hot that day, where in between rounds, he would suck on ice cubes.
Ah,
And
so it numbed his...
Yes, exactly. Encyclopedia surmised that he was numbing his taste buds, which somehow ran afoul of the rules for this state fair contest, though I always wondered, how in-depth are those rules, actually?
Yeah, who gives a fuck? If like someone was like, you were sucking ice cubes, I'd be like, yeah, so what? I found a way to be good at the competition, Encyclopedia Brown. Fucking use your autism for something better.
Yeah. Am I wrong in remembering that
Pass the bar.
90% of those mysteries were things like what we're describing, and then every once in a while it'd be like, and then someone was raped last night. Encyclopedia, get on the case. And you're like, whoa.
And Encyclopedia Brown swiped the inside of her vagina with,
Yeah. Whoa.
with a cotton swab.
I feel like there was occasionally like a robbery or something, but I could be totally wrong. Maybe it was all.
No, it was sexual crimes. It was
Young
Encyclopedia Brown SVU.
Yeah.
Just disturbed children. So this was our roundabout way because you had just gotten on the airplane, which Sass could identify with his Encyclopedia Brown
Yeah.
fake autistic ass. So you get on this fucking tiny ass airplane.
Yeah, I got on the airplane and Beef was sitting in first class. We were sitting in first class too. Frankie and I were sitting in first class, but Beef was also in first class. And I don't know if Barstool booked him in first class. They may have. But look, again, I don't mean to be mean. Beef is a big boy. This was a small plane, 2 seats on one side, 1 seat on the other side. And before we got on the plane, he said something about how he was sitting in first class. He hates these small planes. You know, he needs to sit in first class or something like that. And it occurred to me that Beef has gained so much weight that he's become rich. he has eaten himself into a different class of luxury.
It is
Which
nice.
I don't think that's happened since Kings.
Weirdly, it happens more than you think, because you look at Frank the Tank's old seats at like the Mets game. He's in like basically a club box.
Really?
He gets like a terrace because like,
And now
he
he's
was
losing
big.
weight and he's moving more into the nosebleeds?
yeah, I think that he's blown away. I think that he's like has to sit in these more normal size seats because he
Golly.
can't, like, do they take your, if you lose the weight, do they take your like wheelchair thing from your car? Do they chip it off your license plate? Or
That is a great question. That is a great question. Can you revoke someone's handicapped status if they lose enough weight?
that'd be so vicious.
I-
Imagine losing that.
Boy, you know what you do is you just hover 1 pound over the cutoff, I guess. Or when you go in for the weigh-ins to keep your status as handicapped, you put some lead lugs in your boots.
Yeah, you have to put some lead lugs in.
And then Encyclopedia Brown comes in and says, I saw him walking on the beach and his footprints were 6 inches deeper than they should have been.
And we're like, Encyclopedia, it doesn't fucking matter. Just he's gonna park in the handicap spot anyway.
It's amazing how much better this podcast goes without Sass.
It's so nice. So nice without his curmudgeon ass.
We really tied that up neatly there.
I know.
But
he
it
ate
is
his way into it. I thought that you were going to say something about the weight distribution or something like that,
no,
which is a real thing on planes as well,
it is.
and helicopters.
And there was also something very funny to me. Beef was sitting on the side of the 2 seats, and there was a businessman in a suit sitting next to him. And he was clenching his shoulders as if he was sitting between 2 bums on the subway.
Really?
Yeah, he was making himself as small as possible.
Was he on the inside or the outside?
Well, he was on the window seat, and the
Okay.
Beef was on the aisle.
I guess beef's kind of in both.
Correct. And it made me laugh to think that this businessman flying from Myrtle Beach to Charlotte, who's probably, let's just say he's like a Southern oil baron.
Yeah, like a
Fucking-
high-powered lawyer or something.
Like one of those Murdoch
Yeah.
sons.
Yeah.
One of the only ones who didn't get killed. And he's made his way up. He's entitled. He's got that Southern, charm and whatever. And he's wearing his suit with his jeans. And he thinks, yeah, I'm sitting in first class. I deserve it. And he finds himself in first class sitting next to Beef.
That is a revoking of privileges.
You just don't expect. You've come so far, working your way up through the small town, fucking mattress sales jobs of somewhere in South Carolina, all the way to being regional manager and shoving off those cries of nepotism.
That's when it's like when Sass like wanted to switch seats with the guy, or like didn't want to switch seats with the guy in first class. This would be one of those rare circumstances
Yes.
where you don't want to switch with the guy in
Yeah.
first class.
Go ahead, pal. Yeah. You see that tiny sliver of chair that's available up there? That's where you're headed.
Oh man, love Beef. Never have met him, but I just assume him to be the nicest guy, just
Yeah.
based on the fact he takes his hat off every time he shakes somebody's
He's
hand.
amazing, wonderful guy. He also, the reason I don't feel so, I feel a little bit okay.
Well, he can't lose the weight. He's a type of guy. He can't go on Ozempic. He can't be going
Yeah.
from Beef to Slim Jim.
Yeah, I was going to say beef to venison. What are you going to rebrand?
He can't be a 95% lean beef. Like, that's not going to work for him. He has already established himself. There's some guys in here that can't lose it.
What's the fake beef called? Wonder meat, or what is it called?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Impossible.
Impossible burger.
Impossible beef.
Yeah, impossible.
Yeah, but we were doing this thing sometimes in golf when you're deciding who gets to tee off first.
Mm-hmm.
You stand in a circle and you flip a tee, and whoever the tee is pointing to gets to go first on the tee box. And we lined up to do this, and I cracked the joke immediately. Well, Beef has a huge advantage because
if you're
in
all
a
standing in
circle, he's taking up 40% of the space, in a group of 6 that we had. And then I immediately sort of tried to walk it back because he's so sweet. And he said, no, you got to make those jokes. You got to make those jokes. So he's given us a little bit of the green flag or the green light to make those jokes. And, I hope that if I were to put on weight, he would give it to me as well. But I
hope that
will
he
never
also
do that.
makes fun of your like successful comedy career and Harvard education and stuff like that. He actually can punch back.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Come to my level, just punch across.
What would be an equal joke? A divorce joke or something like that?
That's fine. That's funny. People haven't really been doing that. I haven't gotten much of that, which is interesting.
Yeah, maybe it's the same thing where like people are like, he's such a sweet guy.
Yeah, maybe if I were like a cuck, if I'd gotten divorced because I'd walked in on
right, a Soul Cycle type of situation,
something like that.
Which Dave, I mean, he really was able to beat that.
Well, he
whole story.
rabbited it or rabbited it, right?
Right.
Just leaned in. He started the Cuck Cycle T-shirts. What a saga that was.
That was a great saga, but I mean, his girlfriend was publicly cheating on him.
Yeah. You know what? I think that that's one of those things where if you brand that the right way, if you present that the right way, that turns into an attractive quality.
Really?
Oh, you poor guy, you've been cheated on, You're the guy that's been cheated on.
You think that is an endearing quality? I guess so. I guess
I
guess
don't know.
when like if somebody's on like Love is Blind and like someone gets a bad shake on Love is Blind, someone's treated poorly by the person opposite them, then I do think that makes them a more like sympathetic figure, like out and about, out on the town, like, oh, I could save them or like mend them or some shit like that.
Right. Yeah, I think that sympathy is a very valuable currency. And oftentimes we see what I like to call a race to the bottom.
Yeah, people love to be sympathetic figures.
Who can out-victim the next victim?
It's so nice, except for white women, because then they just really have to ramp it up.
Yeah.
They throw a guy like us under the bus.
Yeah, or, yeah, right. I was going to make a joke that I was going to have to ask you guys to cut, and I didn't do it.
See, that's growth. That's just easier on the edit.
That is I feel good about that.
Yeah, that was smart. Good for you.
And guess what, everybody? You're never going to know.
Yeah.
You're never going to know.
I see you enjoying the joke in your brain right now.
Yeah, well, it was a good one.
Yeah.
And it was definitely going to get me in trouble. And it was spicy and funny and punchy.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'll tell you all after we stop recording.
But you guys, I mean, right now, I guess you guys could kind of see where the conversation was going. Just leave what you think the joke was going to be in the comments, and and we'll let you know if one of them was right.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
See if there's an Encyclopedia Brown.
Offer your own jokes for that moment, and we will evaluate them as to their proximity to what I was originally thinking.
Something about women and buses.
Yeah, it was white women. It was where that was the
was it a Rosa
lead
Parks
in
thing or?
I don't want to give too many clues.
Okay.
I want to leave this open to interpretation. This is an abstract painting, and its meaning is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, that's very nice.
So, you know what I thought about today? So I like I like doing good deeds.
Yeah,
for
of course.
Entirely selfish purposes. I'm not going to pretend that I'm doing this for any other reason than that it makes me feel good. Well, that's not entirely true. It's also because I believe I should do these things. But
if there was no ancillary benefit, you'd be less likely to do the things.
I guess they're not always things that really put me out of my way very much. Here's what happened. That when I made that mini bar video where I ate the whole mini bar at that hotel, as I told you, a lot of the brands of the snacks
they reached out to you because they want you to nosh on their snacks publicly.
That's right. They sent me packages of their goods, and one of them was a beef jerky company, and that one was probably the coolest, actually. The guy, I'll have to get the name because he deserves a shout out, but they sent me a bunch of beef jerky. And I like beef jerky, but they also sent me beef sticks.
What's the difference? Oh, it's like a little bit knottier. It's not as lean as a jerky, or what?
I don't know, man, but I don't like beef stick.
Okay.
I don't like beef stick at all. I've never liked my beef in the shape of a stick.
Is that like a Slim Jim?
It would be, but I think this is higher quality, less processed.
Slim Jims are mechanically separated chicken, I think, is their biggest ingredient.
Really?
Yeah, so this is probably mechanically separated beef.
It's probably true.
I wonder why they even have to say mechanically separated chicken. I don't know why. I've never seen the preparation in any other ingredient.
Yeah, I mean, and also when it comes to separating chicken, I gotta believe I'm happier to know it was done by the arm of a robot than some old maid.
Or some El Salvadorian man.
Yeah, just plucking pieces of white meat and throwing it into a tub, then it's compressed into a stick.
Yeah, so they sticked up some beef for you.
Well, they sent me a bunch of the beef sticks, and I don't, as I said, I don't really like beef stick. So my apartment's small. I'm always in the process of shedding unnecessary stuff.
Yeah, you want to be lean.
So I rounded up my beef sticks and put them in my backpack, by the way, which contained $830 of ones.
Which is what got us sick, dude.
Bro, the amount of cash that I brought with me to Utah and then Myrtle Beach and then Charlotte and then New York, the amount of cash that I had.
And it's ones too. It's like if someone found all those ones in your backpack in Utah, they'd probably be like, what's up with Francis? Like,
yeah.
Is he okay? Like, what kind of stuff is he doing where he has this much ones?
Dude, it went through so many TSA scanners. And I'm not really sure, because I remember in Wolf of Wall Street when they strapped all the money to their bodies to bring it to Switzerland or whatever.
You got to declare certain amounts of money, right?
Well, I guess. I'm just surprised it didn't raise any fucking eyebrows.
Just dirty, filthy money. The TSA probably didn't even want to touch it because they know how gross all that fucking, the $837 of ones is.
Well, I'm also a little insulted they didn't think it was possibly 20s, 50s, or 100s and, flag me down.
Right, how could they tell?
Yeah.
I guess it was so loose. Or is it wadded up?
No, it was pretty loose. Slipping, sliding around.
Yeah, like if a girl saw that, it would be probably an ick for her. It'd probably be like a fucking turn off for a girl to see a bunch of loose money. Like, it's not cute to have anything less than like 20s, really.
I agree.
Unless you're like tipping.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need, like, having a bunch of a fat wad of loose money is fucking gross to women.
Each time I opened my backpack, I had a little pang of resentment towards you.
Yeah.
For that
it's an albatross,
devious
dude.
trick.
It's like a bit of a fucking the stone from The Simpsons. When he has like the stone of like glory like tethered to him. It's this massive stone. Like, you just have to carry around this a ton of ones that you can't do shit with. You can't buy something with them.
No, you can't. You'd almost think I should give some of this away, but then you don't.
No, you got to
you're already giving away beef stick.
So you gave away the beef stick that you loaded up your backpack with?
I brought it with me in my backpack along with, I had 3 jars of granola butter. Another brand sent me a bunch of granola butter.
What the fuck is granola butter?
It's basically cookie butter.
Ooh,
it's delicious,
that
but
does sound nice.
I can't have that stuff in my house. You guys know me. If I have a jar of granola butter in my house, I'll not touch it until one night when I'll eat the whole thing, which is, thousands of calories.
Yeah, but at least you abstain and like self-flagellate enough leading up to it to keep yourself from being a beef.
I abstain and then I binge.
Yeah, but that balances you out. That's how you have. And also we learned that you can throw up with the best of them.
Yeah, but I'm not throwing up granola butter. It's too good.
It's too expensive.
Too tasty.
So what happened with all the beef sticks?
So I brought the beef sticks and the granola butter in my backpack along with all the cash. And I was looking for a homeless person.
To give it to.
And I got off the subway at 23rd Street off the F and started walking up 6th Avenue. And I passed one guy, and I said, "Not him."
Well, he didn't look like
he was doing this. He was one of these guys.
Oh, he's a question mark. He was the Riddler. It was just, which I mean, I sometimes envy those people's hamstrings.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a loose ass hammy if you could just be bent in half at all times.
If you helped them straight, would their spine just split in half?
It would like tick back like a ratchet. It'd be like,
Yeah.
it'd be like locking in the seat on a roller coaster.
Be like loading a catapult.
Yeah. You would have to ratchet it all the way back before you could launch them. Imagine peeling somebody back, peeling a homeless person back.
Put a spitball on his forehead.
They just launch
Send it to
down.
Brooklyn.
I respect the hell out of all the homeless, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
those
this
are my
guy.
brothers.
This
are my
guy
closest
wasn't.
friends.
This guy was not moving.
Yeah.
And I didn't know.
Well, you want this to be appreciated, this act.
Well, and I also just thought to myself, that's a guy who's not really burning that many calories, so he probably doesn't need to replenish them.
And the beef sticks would probably give him bad reflux with his posture.
I had the same thought.
You know, because he doesn't really have the up and down.
I was concerned about feeding him too rich food. Just as the GIs who discovered the concentration camps,
right? You can't overload them right away.
We can't give them really rich food because then they've been eating very simple food. So we have to start them and build back their appetite.
Didn't they like keep them in the concentration camps for a couple days?
That's
right.
Like,
actually, can you finish the job? The railroad's almost done.
Oh, that's a thought. I remember from Band of Brothers it being because they wanted to keep them in one area to administer, first aid.
Right. Yes, I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah. No, but your ideas sound. You know where else that happened, by the way?
Where?
In the Odyssey. Really? Yeah, there was something about his band of men or something get starved for a while, and then they start eating. They finally get food and it's rich, and they gorge on it, and they get really sick.
Yeah, I think isn't that a thing?
Yeah.
Or when people get off submarines, if they stand up too fast, they get the bends or something.
Oh, they end up like that guy on the street.
He was probably just a submarine. What if he was just fresh off of a submarine and everyone just mistook him as homeless?
Operator.
Yeah, he's a periscope operator. He was just a sickly periscope operator. But I'm with you. You don't want to give it to the wrong homeless guy. I've made that mistake before. And I was leaving Chicago one time, probably like 8 or 9 years ago. And I had liquor in bottles and weed. And I didn't want to fly with it. This was before even I was comfortable flying with weed.
Yeah.
And I gave it to a homeless guy. And I was like, I thought that I was like changing his life. I felt like I was doing such a nice thing for him that he'd be so excited. Yeah. He's like, "You got any money?" And I was like, "Fuck, dude." I was so proud of myself that I was about to do this awesome deed. Like, because I was like, oh, most people probably just offer them a little fucking lunch or some shit. Like, this is a bunch of booze and a bunch of free good weed.
You're cutting out the middleman.
And I gave it to them all in a plastic bag. I was like, there's a bunch of there's liquor and weed in there. Like, you have a great time.
And what did he?
You got any money? And I was just so fucking bummed out.
Oh, he didn't want it.
No, I mean, he took it, but he just wanted more and different. When I was only set up at that time to be able to give him the weed and the booze, which I couldn't take with me.
I'm so surprised by that. You didn't try to shake him and be like, "Look, this is what you're going to buy
This
anyway.
is better than money.
This is what you're going to get."
Yeah, this is good. This is going to enhance your day, no matter how you spin it. Or you could sell this for money.
Yeah,
this is worth money.
Sell it for money.
It is. It's worth money in the homeless community too.
Yeah, but he probably doesn't have a scale. He doesn't have.
It was already in the container. It was in the weed container. It was just. It was disappointing.
Yeah, but he probably doesn't have one of those magnifying glasses to check out the terpenes.
Yeah, he probably couldn't appreciate the terpenes or the crystals.
Yeah.
Probably couldn't see all the crystals. I should have shook the man and be like, "There's fucking crystals in here. Don't you fucking get it?" Slap the shit out of him.
I'm told this one actually helps with the body health.
Yeah, this will help for creativity. So did you wind up finding the right guy to give the shit to?
Yeah, I was glad I passed on the first guy because half a block later I saw what I wanted, which was sort of a family. It was 2 women and a little baby, and then probably a 6-year-old girl.
Were you by the Roosevelt Hotel?
No, this was probably 25th and 6th around there. They were sort of sitting in one of those alcoves of a building. It's like a just an area that comes a little bit off the street.
And
It looked pretty snug. It looked cozy what they'd built.
So they had a nice little family unit going on.
Yeah, and they had a sign. I sort of started reading the sign, and then I was like, I don't
believe you.
It was more like, why am I acting like I actually need to be proven that they just should have this? Like as if the words on the sign are going to say, oh, yes, does anyone have any beef stick?
If we're a family unit, we're in need of oat butter.
Yeah, right. Granola butter, oats, beef stick, and granola butter are favorite snacks. So then, the girls, the little girls were that was the selling point.
Yeah.
And so I said, would you guys like some food? And they said, yes, please. And so I started pulling these things out of my backpack, making sure that they didn't see
the ones.
Hundreds of ones.
You could have changed their life.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't want to make them be the ones who are embarrassed to have all the ones.
Well, I did what you did, right? I thought food is better.
Yeah.
Of better application than
exactly
ones.
And then you know that the little girls aren't using the ones for drugs.
Yeah, I mean, those little babies can't eat cash.
Right. Right.
What are they supposed to do with cash?
Or that their father's not using it to buy a gay male prostitute in New York and thus ruining the integrity of his family.
Yeah, I didn't get the sense that he was around.
Oh, there was no dad there?
No.
Oh, okay, the rest of the family was there. I don't know why I assumed.
Yeah. So I gave them, I started pulling these beef sticks out, and I sold them on the beef sticks first. I just dropped them right on the blanket. I said, this is beef stick, but it's high quality.
This is good shit.
No preservatives. I think I said that. And they were like, we don't speak English. And then I said, okay. And then I also have this granola butter. Swear to God, this happened just right before we got here. I'm walking to the office. It was 3 jars, and I'm embarrassed to say I had eaten half of one of them. And I said, I had a little of this one, so if you want, we can throw that out. And they were like, no, it's okay. And the other ones they were sealed. So I gave them 2.5 jars of granola butter and about 12 beef sticks. It's not a very well-rounded meal.
But it's fine, though. It's better than nothing.
But I could also tell that there was another guy coming up at some point that day that was going to bring
the rest of the food pyramid.
Greek yogurt and steamed broccoli.
Some organic, some raw honey or something like that. Just
waves of ingredients like the 3 wise men as if they worked for a kitchen.
Yeah, gold Yukon potato.
Frankenspice and mustard. I don't know.
The mustard.
I didn't like that.
But there was nothing for frankincense and myrrh.
No, I struggled with that.
There's nothing there. There's nothing there, dude. It's not your fault.
Myrrh is a very difficult word to spin into a food.
I know. You really have to go to Impractical Jokers to get any good myrrh.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
It's the only place that you can land.
So I did that, right? And then I also enjoy purging my apartment of clothes that I'm no longer wearing. Right?
That's nice, but also your clothes are so expensive.
Well, that was why I then realized that if I were to come back tomorrow with a bag of clothes, I would want them to try them on.
This is Brunello Cucinello. I'm not wasting this Brunello on you if you're not going to fit this vest.
That's where it's not so much the fit. Like that's where I would have considered the bent over man, because the suede of my Brunello coats actually bends very well with scoliosis.
It probably hangs so nice on his scoliosis.
Yeah, hangs like distaff in the wind.
That's so beautifully said.
I think that's Shakespeare. 12th Night? Yeah. If music be the food of blood, play on. Give me access at that surfeiting.
Wait, this is what Sass told us not to do this.
The appetite may so sicken and die.
Sass told us definitely don't do this.
That strain again, it had a dying fall. Anyway.
So if you're gonna bring back some clothes,
I said no Shakespeare, no gay shit.
He said no 12th Night.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of bringing some clothes because when you donate clothes, which I do, I usually just throw them in the bin of the kind of the Goodwill bin or
whatever
Housing Works or whatever. And I don't know where that's going. I don't know who that's going to. I don't know if that's going
People are rating that.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. That's also, it gets sold. So there's still capitalism involved, and there's no eye for thrifting and fashion, which is why I would like to dress
A homeless?
the homeless. I'd like to style them. I'd like to style them in my clothing.
That would be so
Stand
nice.
up. Stand up. Pull out a tape measure.
Right, getting like their inseam.
Arms up now. Okay.
They just piss themselves.
You don't know what coat size you are, do you? Forget it. I don't.
I used to be at 34.
Yeah.
Type of shit.
So yeah, that's what I'd like to do. I would quite literally like to take the shirt
I
off
never
my
realized
back.
how hard it must be for you to give away clothes because all your clothes are so nice that like you're really killing your babies at all times. Because me, I have like a constant like feeder economy of the donation bin of free t-shirts. Like I'm always kind of taking the free t-shirt, but also getting rid of them pretty fast. So I feel like I'm always getting rid of 10% of my stuff, but those are the free t-shirts I was going to get rid of anyway.
Yeah, it's like a club in Scottsdale, one in, one out.
Yeah, it's one in, one out.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a nice way to do it as opposed to having like high value club members that you have to kick out.
Right. Right. Well, I always see it as a gradual improvement over time, which is that I only allow myself to buy clothes if I don't have any more space in my closet at this point.
Right.
My closet is tidy.
Right.
I mean, it is organized.
It's a well-oiled machine.
I'm folding my t-shirts with a chicken separation robot.
Yeah.
Everything is creased perfectly.
It's like 8 perfect folds down to the smallest possible.
Exactly. I mean, you could turn those t-shirts into beefsteak if you wanted to. So,
and then at that point, you give them to the homeless.
Exactly. And I'm like, don't eat that. Unpack it.
Yeah.
It usually fits into a small t-shirt cannon, but
yeah, like a bank tube.
Today it's going on your back, provided it fits right in the shoulders.
And if it's even a little bit off, you find another homeless person.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Could you take that off?
Not for you. You actually get nothing.
There's a trimmer guy down the block.
Just a bait and switch. You ever see, there's some homeless people that there's always somebody like kind of bent over talking to.
Is that right?
There's a homeless guy on 7th Ave that always has someone talking to him. He's like an older guy. He's always doing like a crossword. He's been there for like as long as our office has been here. And there's always someone bent over talking to him, or sometimes even people squatting down talking to him. And I don't know if they're outreach programs or how like if they're attracted to him or if he's striking up conversations. But he's definitely homeless, but he always has a companion to converse with.
That's nice. Is it always the same person talking to him?
No, always different people talking
Boy, this guy is charming.
He might be just a charming homeless guy.
I mean, that level of charisma would make you wonder how he ever ended up on the street.
And it might be just by choice, or he might have he might be like the lady from Home Alone with the pigeons.
Oh yeah,
who shouldn't probably be homeless.
Was she?
Yeah, she was a pigeon lady.
Yeah, I guess pigeons are usually a telltale sign.
Yeah,
of homelessness.
But she was like a high class homeless woman.
Yeah.
She appreciated the Philharmonic or whatever.
Right. She's well read. She's like that Jamie Foxx movie where they discovered he went to Juilliard. Did you ever see that?
No, I don't think I did.
The Cellist.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. And I think it was Robert Downey Jr. figures out somehow that this guy who lives
I read that book.
That was a book?
Yeah, he's like a homeless guy, and he's like a well-trained, but he's like a homeless guy who's not crazy or addicted to drugs. But I think he just had OCD or something.
I thought he did have some sort of schizophrenia or bipolar disorder.
Maybe he does.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different book about a homeless guy.
I don't feel well.
Oh no.
I'm not even kidding you. I just started feeling nauseous.
Oh no.
Is this room a fucking
Petri dish?
Ground zero?
Oh no, dude. That scares the shit out of me.
I don't feel very well.
Oh no.
I wouldn't have said something unless
you sound bad right away.
I don't feel well. Yeah.
What the fuck? Your voice sounds bad right away.
I haven't eaten anything weird today. I've only eaten oatmeal. By the way, I sort of do a little bit of a bit on this. I mean, it's no secret that I was pretty sad after I got divorced, and I look back on some of the behavior that changed in my life. I'm a very routine-oriented person. So I didn't let myself go that much. I continued working out and all that, but there were small, subtle things that started happening, which I look back now that I've changed them back to my original way.
Yeah.
But one of them was that I just stopped microwaving my oatmeal. Like there was a 3-month period where I was like, fuck it, I'll just eat it cold.
You just had water and oats?
Dude, do you know how terrible like fucking unmicrowaved oatmeal is? Do you have any idea how sad you have to be like, I'm not even gonna punch the buttons in?
That's so easy. It's usually like you just have to push like the 30-second button 3 times or something.
Now I'm back to eating it hot. I've earned that.
Jesus
I've reemerged
Christ.
into the sunlit world of warm oatmeal. But there was a period there where I was just like, and by the way, choking it down. It doesn't go down smooth. It scratches your throat like it's raw kale. Like you're trying to swallow a barbed wire fence.
Jesus Christ.
Every morning, just choking down.
It's very funny to think about like a Patrick Bateman style of depression where like you still know that you need the fuel and nutrients. Like you can't give that away.
Yeah.
You can't give that up, but you're just going to deprive yourself of some like small bit of happiness or
Right.
like taking care of yourself in a small way by not heating your fucking oatmeal.
Yeah.
Was it milk or water?
I've always done it with oat milk, but sometimes like if I didn't have oat milk, I would just put water in it. And those were the tough days.
That's so dark.
Water and just wet oatmeal that has not been cooked in any way.
Oh my
Is
God,
really
that's
not
so
fun.
dark.
And then the other thing that I would do this too. I didn't really notice until like a little bit in, but typically my microwave is in the lower part of my kitchen, counter. It's down. And it's at my waist level, such that when I would punch in the numbers for the oatmeal, I would start it and then I would step to the side.
Oh, because you don't want it in front of your nuts.
I didn't want to, I believed someday I'll have children.
My wife has yelled at me for standing in front of the microwave. I didn't even realize it's a bad thing because mine's also at nutty level.
Yeah, mine was right in front of my junk.
Yeah.
And there was a period there where I just was letting it fry. I was just straight up like, this is the microwave, just like, doesn't even matter.
Just leaning on it.
I don't deserve to have children. My legacy shouldn't live on. Let
Leaning
my
on it like
name
a
die
urinal.
with me. I'll never love again.
By just hard boiling your fucking testicles.
Yeah.
That's so vicious. I'm happy you're out of those dark phases, but that is funny that it manifested itself in that way.
Yeah.
Because I know you're not going to be like gross. You're not
No.
going to be like super like messy in your house. That wouldn't like.
No, I couldn't allow that to happen. So, it was just these little.
Like how depressed people don't brush their teeth because they're not taking care of themselves.
could never
and I
do
think
that.
that's what it is like you're a way of not taking care of yourself because you kind of care so little. Or they maybe won't bathe because like they're just not taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
Because they don't have that regard for self. And so that was your lack of regard for self.
Yeah. Small things, just small lapses in self-care. People have often asked me, a lot of people reached out to me and asked for advice because they have gone through or are going through divorces or tough breakups and things like that.
What did Clemmer ask?
Yeah. He asked, do you have any advice? And I was like, dude, whatever I would do, I would stand up more straight when you're standing on the street corners because you're definitely not going to get any beef stick
Yeah.
from magnanimous passerby.
Yeah, he's probably identical to the beef stick.
Is it passers-by? I don't know. However, My advice, just generally, if anyone actually, because there's so many people ask me about that, is to focus on your routine. And make sure you keep your space clean, yourself clean, go to the gym, just put one foot in front of the other and develop a routine so that it distracts you from thinking about your loss.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, that's all.
I think any type of routine is always, it's just you can ground yourself in it and just be sad in between the shit you're doing.
There you go. There you go.
Just land it and be sad about the stuff in between. Did you watch? So there's lots of big happenings in the comedy world. 4 that I'll touch on real quick.
Sure.
Shane Gillis did SNL.
Yeah.
Conan did the Oscars.
I did not watch that.
And Andrew Schultz and Julio both came out with specials yesterday.
Yes. All awesome. Big Conan fan, by the way. Love him.
He's so funny.
Yeah. I've always felt heartbroken for him that he did not, as a result of Jay Leno, that he did not get to be the Tonight Show host, which he would be to this day. He would have had a Letterman run. And it's all because he got it. He had been, groomed for it as being the late night guy after Leno on the Tonight Show for years. Leno vacates, NBC promotes Conan to host the Tonight Show, and he does it for whatever, a year or less, and then Leno asks for it back, and NBC acquiesces. And then Conan kind of just got relegated to TBS, and then...
I don't even see it as a relegation, though, honestly. I think that he is so funny and still just gets what funny is. Where a lot of people who get a late night job, they're like, okay, now it's almost my responsibility to grandstand and have these you want to talk about current events, and current events is politics, so you want to have a strong opinion on politics, and it's that really does not do you the biggest service in that space. And even watching Conan do the Oscars, he wasn't doing any political shit. He was just being funny.
Yeah.
And I think that, and goofy and silly. And I think that he is the master of that.
Dude, he's such a class act. I think his humor is elevated. I think, he's accessible. He doesn't.
Funny character.
Yeah.
His podcast is funny. He's not really afraid of
Yeah. I've always revered Conan. And anyway, but I didn't watch the Oscars.
He was so funny. My wife was just like, I've never seen you laugh like this at a...
I'm going to go watch it then. That's high praise.
I thought it was really good.
All right, let's take a minute to talk about Kickoff. Kikoff. Guys, no matter how fast time seems to be flying by, it's never too late to make progress on your credit. If you're saving up for a big purchase like a home or a car or a whole new wardrobe for anybody.
A homeless guy, maybe you want to buy some Brunello for a homeless guy.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to need to make sure that your credit is where it needs to be.
And you need to build credit fast, and Kickoff can help. They're the #1 credit building app in the App Store, and plans start at just $5 a month. No credit check, no hidden fees, and no interest.
I've been on a journey myself for my entire life, and, I haven't always had this immaculate credit that you see.
Yeah?
This shining credit. I used to have shitty credit.
Oh, my goodness.
But luckily, I rectified that real fast.
I would always wonder about how hard it is to dig oneself out of a bad credit situation.
I mean, with our good friends over here, it's very... our good friends at Kickoff, it's simple because if your credit is under 600, it could jump 28 points in your first month.
Wow.
That's a substantial jump.
Yeah, that's big. That's big time.
Go from 600 to 628, that's on the meter, that's a whole different color.
That's you beating out another potential tenant for the apartment rental you desperately want.
That is it's that big of a game changer.
Credit score is a big thing that they look at.
It's simple because you make on-time payments, credit bureaus see good behavior, and your credit grows fast. Building credit can happen faster than you expect with Kickoff. Don't wait. Get your first month for just $1 at getkickoff.com/boydad. That's kickoff without the C. So get 80% off at getkickoff.com/boydad. Must sign up via getkickoff.com/boydad to activate offer. Offer applies to new customers, first month only, subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply. Point stat based on Equifax Vantage Score 3.0 changes from kickoff users starting under 600 who made their first on-time payment between January 2021 and March 2024. Payment and credit activity outside of kickoff can have an impact on your credit. Individual results may vary.
I did watch Shane on SNL, and, I personally loved it. I knew what was coming. I had seen the monologue kill 3 days before. So I enjoyed the jokes again. There was so much online commentary about it, which I found very lazy. I found it very lazy.
Yeah, but when you're in just like the full on, when you're mainstream, when you're hosting SNL,
I
and then
know.
you're just you're open to unnuanced, lazy, just people being like, "That's fucking awesome," or "That fucking sucks. I hate that guy," or "That guy's the best of all time." It's just you'll get binary opinions.
I know, but anyone on Twitter, and I saw a lot of this, people saying he was bombing. It's like he's getting big laughs. Bombing would be silence. Bombing is silence and groans. And if you're going to be critical and cynical, fucking get it right. That's kind of how I feel. Like I don't mind a negative opinion, an anti-opinion, one that's contrary to my own, if as long as it's based in the truth of what's happening. They're not in the room. Do they think those laughs are fake? Do they think it's a laugh track? I don't know. I mean, everyone's watching the band behind him. Saw a lot of commentary on that.
Yeah, just because it's more than about the jokes. It's like about
right.
People. Even the last time he hosted, how everybody was like posting pictures with him, and they're like, "Comedy's back."
Yeah,
and that like leads to a class of people having opinions on it that aren't typical like quote unquote comedy fans.
Right.
That leads to like Elon Musk being like, "Comedy's back."
Did he say comedy was back?
No, well, he just says it every 5 minutes. They made fun of him in.
I know, and I thought
he didn't say that.
I thought that was pretty funny. I thought Mike Myers was pretty funny, and I wondered if Elon Musk appreciated that. My guess would be that Elon did. That's my thought. Has he commented on Mike Myers' portrayal of him at all?
He was talking about some like German immigrants getting in a fight or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I would have thought that Elon Musk somehow is probably an Austin Powers fan. Doesn't that seem up his alley?
Of course.
And that having Mike Myers play him Mike Myers is awesome. I haven't seen him in 15 years do anything.
I didn't love the Mike Myers Elon.
No, I didn't think the voice was accurate at all.
But it is great to have him. And I guess it's because Shrek's back.
Oh, is it?
Shrek 5's about to come out.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Did Elon say anything about? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Somehow I would have liked to see that Elon laughed at that, but I guess that's wishful thinking.
And then Andrew Schultz and Julio both came out with specials.
We will definitely get Julio on the pod to talk about it. I have not had a chance to watch either of the specials yet. They just came out.
Me neither. I want to watch them badly.
Yeah, definitely.
That'll be sick that they both put stuff out. I can't believe Pete Davidson directed it.
Julio's?
Yeah.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. They're pals.
And he doesn't have tattoos anymore.
He got rid of all of them?
Yeah.
That must have been hell.
I know. Don't they just... I've seen them go over small tattoos with the tattoo remover, but that's fucking...
Doesn't it cause scarring? It does, right? But you get rid of it all? You're able to get rid of all of it?
I don't know. He looked pretty... He looked milky white.
Well, I saw that billboard, that gigantic billboard of him for Reformation. And it has to be airbrushed. Because I would have thought that his body would look like Jack Bauer's after he comes home from China or wherever the fuck He was tortured in between seasons.
His body looks pretty good. I did see a shirtless picture of him. He looked fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks good.
I
He looks
also
good.
saw some old pictures of him and Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande used to be a dime.
Mm-hmm.
Sad.
What's going on with her?
I don't know. And I feel like you're not even allowed to say that she used to look better.
Yeah, that, I don't know. I mean, Sass said I was going to get in trouble for saying that Sabrina Carpenter had a round face, which I didn't think was true. And one person DM'd me in a very threatening way as a result of that comment.
What'd they say?
Which to me is like, wait a minute. I didn't even say anything that bad. How could you love a pop star so much as a young man as to take offense at someone saying that they think the contours of their face are a little too
Maybe it's her.
rounded off?
If she
I
listens.
gotta believe old Sabs is nuts.
Sabs might be listening.
Tuning into Soabbed.
She might be.
Could be.
Because she's friends with Danielle, who played Topanga, Danielle Fishel. Danielle's friends with Jensen,
Yeah.
and I went to that bachelor party with Jensen.
Wait, friends? Aren't they married?
Yeah, best friends.
Okay. Oh, you mean in the vow sense? In that vow you often hear.
The vow of friendship. You know they take it in sickness and in health. Dude, and have you seen the controversy surrounding the Retards Choice Awards?
This keeps popping up on my Twitter. I don't know much about it. What's
People
going
are
on?
saying that the Retards Choice Awards, like that they need to revote, kick us out because the Retards Choice Awards are losing validity because our show is doing so well. Because we made it to the finals of the Retard Choice Awards.
But wouldn't we be able to argue that is exactly proving that this is a poll done for retarded people?
Yeah, we can't be the king of the just because we're elected king of the retards. We're not retarded or something.
I think that's arguably for us to beat Tim Dillon and Rogan and Theo Vaughn. To me, satisfies the conceit of that poll.
That it's retarded, yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are mainstream now. But so now it's us against Legion of Skanks in the final.
Wow. So we beat
War Mode.
War Mode.
We beat War Mode in the semifinal.
That's the one people were the most upset about, I saw.
Yeah, people think this is all invalid now.
But okay. I mean, what's the criteria?
I don't know.
Why would they be? This isn't a quality litmus test, right? This isn't a test of quality or popularity. A lot of those podcasts are far bigger than ours.
Yeah, tons of them are more popular. I don't know what it is. I think people just cape, but I think that it's going to create an undercurrent of people who don't like us.
Yeah, I don't want that. That's for damn sure. I don't want that.
It'll be like this 5% of like comedy fans who are like, we know what the actual good shit is. But it's funny. It's funny that thinking that the Retard Choice Awards there's like controversy because it's invalid. Because the wrong tards are casting their ballots.
The retards are circling back with a fake mustache on to vote again.
Well, I think the question is, do they think the people who are voting for us are too retarded or not retarded enough?
Oh, that's interesting.
Do you know what I mean?
That they're doing what Johnny Knoxville did in The Ringer to gain an unfair advantage or something.
Or something.
That's tough to say.
Yeah.
That's tough to say. My guess is that these people who are angry are mistaking the point of the whole exercise.
Yeah, don't be angry at us. We didn't ask for this burden.
No.
Of being the choice.
No.
Of being the people's champ.
That said, for some reason, I do want to win. I don't know why.
I wanted to have a good run, but you don't want to be, just being at the top of the mountain and everybody wants to fucking kill you. Then you just have to go to war. You have to go to war at all times. So I wanted to have a nice run and then get nipped.
Yeah. Hey, I got a sports question for you.
Hit me, brother.
All right. So let's say that you know, were going to be drafted into the NBA and you had your choice of which team to play for, but your main consideration was not winning a title or whatever. It was the city that you want to live in.
Which I think is a lot of NBA players' actual main consideration. Motherfuckers want to be in California. People want to be in New York. People want to be in Miami.
See, that's just to me, that's so short-sighted for the first two, California and New York, and
Right.
for one reason alone, which is taxes.
That's true.
You live in New York, you play for the Knicks. Sure, it's pretty historic to suit up and play in Madison Square Garden every night. However, you're talking about, based on what those guys make, you're probably paying 50% in taxes of their income.
Yeah.
It's an 18% state tax plus an added 4+% in city. That fundamentally, if you play for the San Antonio Spurs, the Dallas Mavericks, the Miami Heat, fucking any of those teams, the Orlando Magic, you are not paying any of that. And on top of that, rent in New York versus Orlando is what, 7x for the same apartment?
It's probably easier to get around, faster to get to your massive McMansion that you have out there.
Yeah. You're traveling 41 games of the year. You're not even home that often. And basically the season is just a complete dedication to being in the office, in the gym, right?
I think a lot of it is about the thotties, though. But these days, with fly-out culture, you can be in Minnesota and you can fly out. I mean, Ant Edwards has had how many kids in the last 3 years?
Oh, has he had more now?
Oh, yeah. He's having a ton of kids. And he's finding a way to have sex, and he's in Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's about as remote of a market as you could choose.
Yeah, Oklahoma City,
Right.
And I'm sure there's thotties in Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
These women will get there somehow. Fly-out culture.
Yeah.
It exists. But I mean, for whatever reason, I think that guys just want to be in like Beverly Hills,
Yeah.
They want to be
Retire
part of that.
there. It's waiting. Amass as much money as you can so that you can buy yourself a far better house in Beverly Hills when you're 34 years old.
When you retire at 34.
My God.
But I think a lot of NBA players don't consider that they'll make less money out of the NBA. You know what I mean? They're like making $20 million and they're like, oh, I'll probably make $20 million every year.
Right.
I think that that's actually a very human thing that people always think of it as always going up, and they don't consider that like people will peak earning wise.
I always think about how this may be the most money I'm ever going to make, which is why I try to spend it as much as possible because I don't know that next year I'll have this money.
You might
to
not
spend.
have it to spend.
I might not have it to spend.
Exactly. You don't want to, and when you're just going to carry it around to next year when you're making less money, and then the money's even more precious.
Do you know how sad I would be in a year if I were making half my income to walk by a Brunello sample sale?
To not be able to go and buy like 20 items at a Brunello sample sale?
Correct.
To not be able to drop 5 figures at a Brunello sample sale?
Dude, the next one I'm looking for, and by the way, this is a problem. Oh, Dana Beersy. Mr. Beers.
What's up, my brothers?
Mr. Beers is here. Get the beers of queers.
How we fucking doing?
We
We're
needed
good.
you. We needed you for just like a little bit of time, just because we don't have Sasquatch, and you guys are basically the same person.
Yeah.
Doesn't he complain a lot though?
Oh yeah, I guess
I don't
you're better. You're better about that.
I don't think I really complain.
Mm-hmm. I can get you complaining.
Sure.
I know some things, some hot button issues
Talk to me.
that'll get you complaining.
Talk to me.
Well, the big item of note is that your wedding is fast approaching.
I was just talking to Fasoli about it. Back on the O.
Are you?
You are?
Crunch time.
So we got a fast approach.
We're in the red zone right now. I've stole that from him. We're in the red zone.
Really? And so what the fuck are you gonna do? How are you
Wait,
gonna
the
get-
red
I'm
zone
gonna
meaning
shoot
like,
myself with fucking fat loss drugs.
are you in the red zone in the sense that your scale has a black range and then when it goes too high, it turns into the red?
Yes, dude.
like
So-
an engine.
What's the goals? What's the goals for how much that you want to, like, where are you and where do you want to be?
I weighed myself this morning. I'm down 2 pounds in 1 week on Ozempic.
That's good.
269. I'd like to be 250.
269 is huge.
It's not.
We talked about this.
Is it really?
Yeah, we
But I'm 6'4".
Dana was in Myrtle Beach, and he and I shared a golf cart.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, by the time that we returned it to the cart boys, he didn't even have to step off. His side was flush to the ground.
That's true.
It was like it was just like a ramp.
I wish that was true. That'd be fucking sick.
That would be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Damn. I think that 250 is attainable.
It is. I've done it before. The first time I went on the Big O, I got there. I got to the 240s.
What
That's
about
the skydiving weight. You
Yes.
can't skydive over 250.
Mm-hmm.
And
they
yeah.
didn't let you
But
didn't let you skydive.
What's crazy is that they didn't let you skydive, and you were what, 255 or something like that?
No, God no.
Oh, you were way
No,
over.
I was big. I was 280.
Oh, dude,
That was the fattest I've ever been.
I'd like to see you at 300 pounds. I want you to go in one direction or the other.
I could.
I don't want you to be where
What
you're
would your
at.
fiance say?
I mean, she definitely loves me no matter what. But like,
Why'd your voice quiver?
I'm just thinking about me being 300 pounds, dude. Maybe she might not.
300 is not that far away, is the thing.
I
I think you
know.
would wear it fine.
Yeah.
You would wear it fine.
I think you'd wear it fine.
Well,
I've
you can't
never
really-
noticed you being that big or not big.
It's all in my fucking ass. I have a humongous ass.
Which is nice. That's the best place to carry weight.
Yeah, but not for a guy.
Yes, it is, dude. You don't want
Who's
it. in your-
looking at guys' asses? Actually, the pants I'm wearing today. Look at these. Look at this ass.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It did bounce, bro. It did jiggle. That's fucking
I
wild.
know.
It's not my type.
It's unsettling. Where
It's all in my leg. I have trunks. I got good legs actually.
you lift
I have
your
good
legs?
quads.
Hmm.
No,
Never. You probably could though. You probably could fucking squat like a demon.
it's stomach, hind legs, ass.
At least
Hind
that-
legs. What are you, a centaur? Fucking woodland creature.
Hind
I do
legs.
I have thick hind legs.
So what's your plan to get the like? What are you gonna do differently this time on the O?
I've been crushing Orange Theory.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah, it's like 1,000. I try to beat everyone in calories, but then I realize I'm just way bigger than everyone. It's
Yeah.
like 50-year-old women.
It's a little bit easier to beat like
Moms.
them when they're like 100
Yeah.
pounds flat.
Yeah. I do that like a couple times a week, and then
Diet,
just let the
beers. What
let
about
the
beers?
drugs do their work.
You act like it's gonna melt it off of you.
Yeah.
Isn't it just
It
an
does.
appetite suppressant?
Yeah, but there was a point where I was trying to beat the drug and I beat it. Like I gained weight on Ozempic. But that's when I just didn't care. I was like, I don't fucking care. Now I can tell it's flowing through me, and I had a few beers the other day and I was like, whoa, I don't feel very good. And I couldn't go full throttle like I usually do.
Hmm.
With the beers?
Yeah, it affects your drinking for sure.
That's brutal.
That's why I got off of it, because I was like, I want to get fucked up a lot.
What are you gonna do if like
Can't make this kind of a sacrifice.
what
It's
are,
asking too much.
Yeah.
what are you gonna do with your like tucks and stuff?
What do you mean?
Like what size? Like, are you locked in on a size? Is it,
I got sized, and I told the lady that I was gonna be skinnier.
okay.
She probably hears that every fucking day. But I was like, I'm gonna be skinnier in a few months, so don't lock these in yet. And she was like, all right. And she just like gave me a look and then wrote it down. I'm at like my waist is a 40 right now. Which
Okay.
isn't great.
Don't lock these in yet is a crazy thing to tell your tailor. They very much need to like not lock the exact numbers in.
Yeah.
They have to lock it in.
That's a good point.
They need
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I'm wearing a black tux, just a nice black tux, nothing crazy.
It'll be good.
The old me would have worn something nuts.
Is it a black tie wedding?
No.
Okay.
Wear whatever you want.
The bachelor party, Marty's bachelor party looks so fucking fun.
It was a good time.
And then
it
yours
was
is
a good
coming
time.
up, right?
I have back-to-back bachelor. I'm leaving tomorrow for another, which is like a tough feeling. Like you just recover from the last one, and then you got to get on a flight to another one. It was fun. Mine is in April. What are you laughing at? I forget what the question was. Mine is in April, early April.
You're home for a day between bachelor parties.
I know. It fucking sucks, dude. But I'm gonna get back on the horse.
After your
and
series
perform.
of bachelor parties. After your
Yeah.
series of
And
filming.
you know what the best part about that series was? I didn't even consider any of the places I went.
Because you checked them off already.
Yeah.
You literally have lived the bachelor party there. You don't have
Yeah.
to. So where are you going for yours?
Fort Lottie.
That's going to be sick.
Yeah.
Marty's
That-
looks so fun.
It was a good time. It was an interesting. I've never seen that before. The two combinations, or the combination of two parties.
Yeah,
It was fun.
it's cool.
Yeah.
But so your fiance was there too.
She's friends with Rhea.
That's nice.
So it was a nice little treat for
She
me.
was on Rhea's
Yeah,
Bachelorette.
it was a nice
Oh,
treat
wow.
for Beersy.
That's
This
cool.
is the marquee. That was the marquee bachelor / bachelorette event in Barstool history this past weekend.
Yeah. Eddie was there.
Hubs.
Did Smokes tell you about anything?
He said that
He had a moment.
it
And
was
I know Tommy talks a lot about moments. He had a real moment.
in beer pong.
Yeah, baseball.
Oh, baseball.
Yeah.
What happened?
We were down 13-5 in the 8th inning, bottom of the 8th. What are they laughing at?
The story is funny.
They were down 13-5 in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're fucking down and out. We need 8 runs to just tie it up. We're getting singles. Tommy steps up and he's like, boys, I'm going to hit a grand slam right now. Hits the grand slam. We're down 13-9. Couple hits. We're just chipping away. Tommy just keeps hitting cups. He hits the go-ahead. He goes, I'm going to hit the go-ahead homer right now. Bangs it. And we go up 14-13. We called him 8th inning Tommy all weekend.
That's that's sick.
8th inning Tommy. We couldn't stop calling him that.
So he's in the conversation for MVP. I heard Jeff Lowe was in the conversation
Jeff
for
Lowe
MVP.
I've never seen anything like it on ever. He ordered 4 deliveries in a span of 2 hours the second we got there. He delivered a drink mixer set, of air mattress, Sprite, and a smoothie, all separately, within 2 hours of
They
getting
said that he
there.
was ordering chapsticks
He's
separate.
he just orders whatever he wants. He just go puffs it, and it's there.
I guess that is the future. Like we are in the future.
Everyone was calling Eddie the LVP, which I don't love, only because he was snooping a lot.
Is
He was
Snoop-
taking a
that's
lot
what
of
he ca-
snoopers.
That's what he calls his naps.
Yeah, a lot of snoopers.
Sometimes you need that.
I got
Sometimes-
into it with GB for a moment.
What happened with you and Glenny?
He just always giving me shit. It's like we were tired. Everyone was sitting on the couch. He's like, I want to go out. You know Glenn Balls. He's just all he wants to do is go out and get pussy. You're with a bunch of fucking engaged men. Like nobody wants to really go out with a group of 16 guys.
Yeah.
And he's just like, Dana, why aren't you fucking going out? I'm like, dude, I don't want to go out right now. And of course, of the couch of all the guys that didn't want to go out, he picked on me.
Yeah, that's bullshit by Glenny.
Yeah, fucking GB.
Just
But
take
we
the
got
single
over it.
guys. Take fucking
Smokes.
Noah and
Him and
Smokes.
Smokes, yeah.
Exactly.
But we got over it and we were fine the next day.
I
It
heard
was fun.
that Marty's brother did a great job with the finding the restaurants, stuff like that.
I mean, I love Nicky Mush. I don't think he did a single thing.
I was trying to give him flowers.
He might have gotten the reservation, but even then I was like, hey, great job on the reservation. And he like hesitated and he was like, oh, thank you. So it didn't sound like he actually did that.
It wasn't even him.
No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Nicky Mush.
No, we love him too. We love him too. I was just trying to find out who's MVP. Obviously,
I would say,
Marty and Rhea. Obviously,
I
No,
guess
just
Tommy.
counting them. Yeah, Tommy.
I guess. Fine.
I hate to hear that,
I know.
and he's gonna fucking love
Fine.
to hear it.
I'll give it to Tommy.
That's so fucking brutal. What's the move in Lottie? How's the schedule gonna be different down there?
Thursday, get in, get fucked up. Friday, golf, get fucked up at golf, and then get fucked up after. Saturday, get fucked up, go to the casino. That's it.
That sounds perfect.
What a fun idea.
That sounds perfect.
So,
Who's
I
scheduled
wonder how
for-
you're gonna get to all of those things.
We'll have cars, but we're not gonna. I'm
I'm just
driving.
kidding. That didn't logistically sound difficult at all. Doesn't sound overbooked.
How are you gonna get fucked
crowded
up?
as a weekend?
Yeah. All I need is my boys and an Airbnb.
I love
I don't
that.
need anything else in this world.
That's
That's
like,
all I need.
basic
And maybe a
bitch.
table. You know?
You mean at like a club or like just like to
No,
play beer?
no. A plastic table.
I thought you meant like table service.
No,
You just
God,
mean
no.
like
God, heavens, no. A club table? Fuck out of here. No, a plastic table.
So you just need your boys and a plastic table.
It's so fun.
Maybe a dice.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
I'll
perfect.
say this. My buddy and I, this was probably like, I don't know, 8 years ago now, but I went to Atlantic City for the weekend with a big group of people. And there were a bunch of couples. I think I was single at the time. And my other buddy was also single. So we were the only two single guys the whole weekend. And we didn't care about anything. And everybody else, the minute we got into the house, it was a big shared house, everybody was complaining about if they got the right bedroom, who felt like shorted on that, complaining about all these things. We brought ping pong paddles, and there was this big round table. It was kind of oval table, and we just started playing 2 cups, the type of beer pong that we played in college, where you try to hit the ball into the cups. And we did that. I mean, I guess we left the house a couple times, but we didn't need to. And everybody else around us was getting ready or, calling Ubers, wondering what should we do? How are we going to split-wise this bill? We just were at the table.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
So fun, dude.
Some people have to turn their brain off. Everybody can't be like hovering or trying to figure shit out.
Dude, it was so amazing, the contrast between our stress and our lack of stress and the stress of everyone else.
Some of my favorite nights in the history of my life have been sitting on a couch with my best friend from home. We just got a 30 rack. We just sat there, got fucked up, and like argued about like basketball.
That's cool. I like that, but I like to do something.
Yeah, I guess.
I like to, I like to play a little beer pong, or even if it were to play cards while we're talking.
Maybe you guys just didn't have a table then.
We did. Was there a table? I'm trying to think, because we used to go to that house all the time, and there wasn't really a good table.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, so you could have a good time
But
even
we
without
put the
a
30
table.
like right here.
Yeah.
And we just.
So that was basically damn near the table.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's great.
That is such a nice time.
Yeah.
Such a nice time.
We used to get in heated arguments.
What was
like we would just fucking yell at each other about like Kobe versus fucking LeBron. Like 15 beers deep. And then we'd go to bed, and a couple of times.
What, you threw up?
No, I pissed his couch a few times.
You pissed his couch.
Yeah.
You were sleeping on it?
Yeah, I damn near lived at this man's house.
Yeah.
And I would fall asleep on the couch a lot.
I got it.
What kind of couch was it? Was it pretty nice? Was it like a family couch? Or was
it was a pretty
that's
shitty
good.
couch.
That's fine then.
Yeah.
Piss the couch. That's part of it. Like the fake leathery, like kind of shit couches.
I'm on a good streak, though. It's been probably 2 years.
This might be too much of an ask, but do you think that you're going to consummate your marriage on your wedding night?
I think he asked me that on our show. And
Did
I
I?
forget what I said. I said, I don't know.
I have
mean,
a piece of advice.
Oh, you mean like have a baby?
No, just have sex.
Oh, maybe.
Well, my question is, are you going to be too fucked up to have sex?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Right. So that's why my advice would be on the day of your wedding, you have morning sex.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Wake up, you get it out of the way.
I mean,
you
I'm
feel
the
good.
biggest whiskey dick guy you'll ever meet. So like, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Right.
Same.
You know,
Same.
I get whiskey dick sober.
Well, it didn't happen for me.
I get water dick.
It's also at the end of your wedding. By the time you get into water dick, just a sea cucumber.
I literally get water dick.
Can't even keep it in your hand.
Just milk dick. Just anything you drink makes your dick not work.
Oh shit! I got the coffee dick.
I have coffee, Dick. I had coffee this morning.
Oh no! I'm gonna need some time. That Red Bull is going straight to my dick.
Sorry, babe. You know how I get.
That's funny.
But I was gonna say you'll also be tired. You'll be really tired.
For sure.
So you'll want to just pass out.
Yeah. What's your plan for my wedding?
We were talking about it.
Yeah, did you book? You book anything yet?
Not yet, but I will. I'm going
I
to.
think invites are coming out today.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I'll probably fly to Hyanis, as you suggested.
That's where JFK had a house.
Yeah,
I think.
Hyannis.
Well, that's where he died or something. Or no, not him. One of his family members died there.
Teddy drove the woman into the water, and right?
Not JFK.
Yeah,
one of his boys.
But the Kennedys did have. That's where they summered.
Yes.
You guys should take pictures at that bridge.
Yeah,
just for the vibes.
Yeah, we should.
I'm down for that.
Probably some good ass vibes.
Maybe we get in a day early. We could play some golf.
Yeah,
down at my home club.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait, you want me to?
I can say it right now. It's not going to happen.
That would be Thursday.
I feel like you'll have shit to do.
Weddings on Friday.
I don't know why I said
you
that.
got too much.
It's not going to happen.
Sorry.
Maybe a couple days early.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Dude, how nice is it having Fasoli around?
He's the best.
Yeah,
I missed him.
Best.
What
That's my thick boy.
What do you use him for?
That's what we call each other. We call each other thick boys.
When you were just like, I'm 269, like that's huge, and I just heard Fasoli be like, "What the fuck? I'm 255."
You're 255? I would have guessed more. That's not. You're looking good.
Yeah,
that wasn't a chirp. I'm saying you look good.
You just called him my thick boy. You guys have a great rapport.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, I'll let you guys get to it. I know you guys have stuff to shoot.
No, appreciate it. I will be in. Where am I? I'll be in New Brunswick on Saturday. One night only, 2 shows. Tickets are almost out for that. So that's punchup.live/Francis Ellis. I'm coming to Baltimore March 20th to the 22nd or 19th to the 21st. Baltimore, I'll be at the Port. And I'm adding so many dates. We also have Providence in April, Dallas in April, so on and so forth. Many, many places coming. Tickets at punchup.live/Francis Ellis. Hope to see you there. Anything?
No.
What do you call your listeners? They have a nickname?
I don't know. We
don't have
just wanted to say bye to them.
Bye, guys. Just bye, guys.
Just
see you guys.
You don't have to do that, Dana.
All right, my bad.
Thanks.
Where's Sass?